Picture this. It's ancient times and a game is taking place. The game, a rudimentary form of what we now know as football. Our journey starts in the far corners of history, where the roots of football were firmly planted in the soil of ancient civilizations. Let's travel back to the time when empires were being built and cultures were intertwining. In the vast expanses of China, a game known as Cuju was played as early as the 2nd and 3rd centuries BC. This was more than just a game, it was a way to keep military men fit and ready for battle. Picture a ball made from leather, filled with feathers, and a goal set up in the middle of a field, not dissimilar to our modern game. Now let's journey westward to the sunny climes of Greece. Here, a game called Episkyros was the talk of the town. This was a bit more chaotic though, an unlimited number of players, a small hard ball, and a lot more physical contact. It was a blend of rugby and football, a true testament to the Greeks' love for sport and competition. And of course, we can't forget about Rome. The Romans had their own version, harpastum, which was borrowed from their Greek neighbors. However, being Romans, they added their own twist, making it more organized and strategic. These ancient games, played thousands of years ago, were the forerunners of the sport we love today. They were rough, often chaotic, but they were also filled with passion, strategy, and a love for competition. These games were not just about scoring goals, they were about community, camaraderie, and even warfare. So while the rules have changed, the pitches have evolved, and the balls are no longer stuffed with feathers, the spirit of the game remains the same. So from these rough and tumble ancient games, the seeds of modern football were sown. Fast forward to the mid-19th century in England, where the game we recognize today really started to take form. It was a time when the beautiful game of football began to get its shape and its rules. Before this period, football was a disorganized sport with varying rules from town to town, making it difficult to organize matches on a large scale. But everything changed when a group of English schools and clubs decided it was time to standardize the rules of the game. This led to a historic meeting in a London tavern in 1863, where the Football Association, the first of its kind, was formed. The Football Association, or the FA as it's commonly known, was responsible for setting down the rules of football. These rules, which included the size of the pitch, the number of players on each team, and the prohibition of using hands to touch the ball, provided a framework that allowed the game to develop and grow. And grow it did. The standardization of rules made it easier for clubs to play against each other, leading to the formation of the first football clubs and the organization of the first football competitions. With the FA at the helm, football began to take on a more formal structure. The world's oldest football competition, the FA Cup, was established in 1871, and the first league competition, the Football League, in 1888. These competitions provided a platform for clubs to compete against each other on a regular basis, further popularizing the sport. The formation of the FA and the standardization of rules were monumental steps in the history of football. They paved the way for the game to evolve from a disordered pastime into an organized sport, loved by millions around the world. With these foundations in place, football was poised to spread across the globe. As the 20th century dawned, football was no longer just an English pastime, it had become a global phenomenon. This sport, born in the heart of England, had captured hearts across the world, far beyond its birthplace. In South America, football became more than a game. It became a way of life. In the bustling streets of Buenos Aires, the sandy beaches of Rio de Janeiro, and the lush fields of Montevideo, a new kind of football was brewing, a style that was passionate, flamboyant, and uniquely South American. Meanwhile, in Europe, the sport was embraced with similar fervor. From the romantic boulevards of Paris to the cobblestone streets of Rome, football had found a home. It was in Europe where the sport's governing body, FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, was established in 1904. This marked a significant step in football's evolution, bringing structure and universal rules to the game. The African continent was not left out of this global love affair. Football found its way to Africa, and like a tree, it took root and blossomed. From the bustling markets of Lagos to the foot of the majestic Kilimanjaro, the echo of football resonated. It became a beacon of unity, resilience, and hope to many. The culmination of this global spread was the first World Cup, held in 1930 in Uruguay. This tournament, the first of its kind, brought together 13 teams from around the world, marking the beginning of a new era. It was a celebration of football, a testament to its global appeal, and a clear sign of the sport's future direction. Football was no longer a game confined to English parks and school fields. It had crossed oceans, climbed mountains, and traversed deserts. It had been embraced by different cultures, spoken in different languages, and played in different styles. It had brought people together, creating a shared language of passion, competition, and unity. Football had truly become the world's game. Now let's bring it up to the present day, where football is more than just a game. As we enter the modern era, the landscape of football has changed dramatically, becoming a global phenomenon that reaches far beyond the pitch. The World Cup, the most prestigious tournament in the sport, has seen the rise and dominance of teams like Brazil, Germany, and Italy. These nations have etched their names in history, with Brazil leading the pack, having secured their status with an impressive 5 championships. Parallel to the World Cup, another competition has risen to prominence, the UEFA Champions League. This annual club football competition, organized by the Union of European Football Associations, has become a platform where the best teams across Europe battle it out for the coveted trophy. The Champions League has delivered some of the most iconic moments in football, showcasing nail-biting matches and extraordinary performances. And speaking of extraordinary performances, the modern era has seen the emergence of global superstar players. Names like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar have become synonymous with football, mesmerizing fans with their skill, creativity, and passion. They have transcended the sport, becoming cultural icons in their own right. But the modern era has also seen the commercialization of football. It has evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry, with clubs, players, and competitions generating revenue through broadcasting rights, sponsorships, and merchandise sales. This commercial aspect is a double-edged sword. While it has helped in the growth and popularization of the sport, it has also led to concerns about the loss of football's original spirit and values. As we stand in the present day, football is more than just a game. It's a spectacle, a passion, a lifestyle. It's a sport that unites people from all walks of life, irrespective of their race, religion, or nationality. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global powerhouse, football's journey is a testament to its enduring appeal and the universal love for the beautiful game.